Further talking about isometrics. This is going to be a pulsating isometric where you do have a little bit of movement. I like to use these pulsating or bouncing isometrics to develop more of an athletic response in terms of having that kind of twitchiness in a short range of motion. Obviously, every sport has some degree of explosiveness required. So a normal isometric is you are completely still. You are frozen like a statue. These are bouncing or pulsating isometrics where we're going to work in a low, a mid, and a high range of motion. I might have prescribed one of those three for you if you are an athlete. So let's start with the high range of motion. Split squat here. Hip joint is above the knee. That's generally the higher range of motion when we're talking about range of motion of the knee. Let's get set first. It might take a while for you to start to feel these burning in an isometric, but with the pulsating ones, we're going in and out of a range of motion of an inch. Like, it's not that much. It shouldn't feel like you're going up and down too high, or too much, I should say. But as soon as I'm starting to work in these bounces of just bending and coming up to where I started, an inch, for 20 to 30 seconds again, you're gonna start to feel that localized burn happen a little bit quicker. And you can see I'm still leaning forward because the emphasis is on the knee. Let's drop number 2, middle of the road, range of motion, 90 degrees here. And again, I'm doing these little pulses, okay? You can play around with kind of shifting forward and back with the pulses or kind of going more up and down. It kind of depends on what you're liking to do. As long as you're getting the time in under tension, it's gonna benefit. And now going down to the lowest, we've done this where the knee just comes up a centimeter, think as little as possible. Going back, I might even be touching the floor every single time I do these bounces, but this is the lowest range of motion. And again, doing an inch of movement back and forth, and then having a deficit. If we have some rolled up shirts, towels, yoga block, some plates that you can use, that's great. I could even add another deficit to my back foot where I am using a bench. So this will obviously look a lot deeper on both legs in terms of where I'm at. I'm having to be in a much more demanding position here. And then I'm bouncing in and out of this bouncing isometric in the deepest range of motion on this hip, on this back leg with that knee being more flexed because the heel is closer to my butt. Those are all 3, technically 4 ranges of motion for your bouncing isometrics in a split squat.